This is 13 News Now.
Welcome to 13 News Now at 4. I'm Regina Mobley.
And I'm Janet Roach. Thank you for joining us. A delivery driver is fighting for his life after someone shot him this morning in Newport News. 13 News Now broke this story at noon.
A little after 11, a Domino's pizza delivery driver tried to make a delivery on Madison Avenue at the College Grove apartment homes.
And that's when he was shot. 13 News Now reporter Nico Clemens is live. And Nico, you spoke with the person who ordered the pizza.
Yeah, I did, Janet. His name is Ryan, and it's a pretty bizarre story. So Ryan was home with his friend this morning. They ordered 2 pepperoni pizzas, right? So the delivery driver, he came to Ryan's door just right behind me. He delivered the pizzas. Ryan signed the receipt. The delivery driver left, or so Ryan thought. Seconds later, that delivery driver came back knocking on Ryan's door saying someone had shot him. Ryan didn't believe what was going on, so he called 911. They told him to apply pressure to both of the delivery driver's wounds. Medics, police come knocking on Ryan's door about 4 or 5 minutes later. And while all this was going on, Ryan, he wasn't flustered, he wasn't nervous, scared. He remained calm, cooled, and collected.
Wasn't so much nervous. It was like something kicked in for me to, help him out, take action and try to save his life.
And that delivery driver, he's 29 years old. Police say that suspect shot him in the chest and in the back. He's in the hospital right now with life-threatening injuries, and police are still searching for that shooter. They say he's a black man. He was wearing a do-rag on his head, and he has a tattoo on the side of his face. So if you know any information, call police, call the crime line, 1-888-LOCK-YOU-UP. Live in Newport News, I'm Nico Clemens, 13 News Now.
This evening, increasing fears surrounding the flu. The Virginia Department of Health says the virus is widespread in the Commonwealth.
And with the number of children dying from the flu growing around the nation, parents are on edge. 13 News Now reporter Stephen Graves explains what doctors want people to know.
Yeah, Regina, we did sort of an informal survey with parents around Virginia Beach. Many said the flu is definitely on their minds, and most have taken precautions, getting flu shots or having their children use sanitizer. And this is why. You see it there. This is a positive result for a flu test today that a doctor showed us at CHKD. Pediatrician Dr. Doug Mitchell says there has been a recent spike in cases locally. He says it's mainly because kids are back in school after that recent blizzard. Now, school, it's a common place for kids to be exposed. So how do you know when it's okay for your sick kid to go back to school?
For just the routine sniffles and cough without fever, they certainly can still go to school, depending on how the child feels and whether they're able to accomplish anything at school that day.
Now get this, the CDC reports 10 children dying from the flu nationwide in the latest recorded week. That's a week. We'll have much more from the doctor on what you need to know starting on 13 News Now at 5. Stephen Graves, 13 News Now.
So what should you do if the flu hits you or your family? Well, here's what the CDC says. First, get some antiviral drugs from your doctor. They're more effective the sooner you take them. And while you're sick, limit contact with others as much as possible to keep from infecting them, and give yourself time to get better. That means staying home until your fever has been gone for at least 24 hours.
Well, class is out at a Virginia Beach school after a stomach bug hit students. St. Matthew's School is near Indian River Road and McDonald Road. The principal sent out a letter saying about 30 students came down with the stomach bug, but there are no confirmed cases of norovirus. In a statement, we are told the school has conducted a thorough cleaning of the school, as well as educating our families on helping with the containment of any potential spread. Well, checking out the evening forecast, we are wrapping up what has been the coldest day of the week so far. A live look at City Center in Newport News. And later tonight, the temperatures will hover around freezing. Jeff has a look at the forecast.
Yeah, and I think some of the rural and inland spots will even make it down into the upper 20s tonight. So we're talking about clear skies out there and chilly weather, but not super cold. The normal this time of year is 48, and actually today looks like we were about 43 or 44. We had called for 44, so just a little cooler than a typical day this time of year. Out there right now, we are into the 30s. We've dropped from the 40s back into the 30s. We're at 39 degrees. A little bit of that light breeze out of the northeast, currently at 7 miles per hour. The dew point down there at 25, so it's a relatively dry air mass at this point. And the pressure's on the rise, 30.49 inches of mercury. Let's take a look then at what we can expect later on this evening. And again, this is on average. It'll be a little chillier than this for some of the more inland and or rural spots. We start out fairly high here, up into the 30s, and then it starts to work its way down, eventually below freezing here after about 9 o'clock. As I mentioned, some of those inland spots will make it down into the upper 20s. So a little below normal by just about like today was. Today was about 3 or so degrees below normal. Tonight will be the same. And then we're talking about a warm up, and a significant one as we head into part of your weekend. I'll give you all those details coming up.
All right, thanks, Jeff. New information on a shooting that left 2 people dead. The 4 suspects in the homicide are now officially charged with murder. Dale Govin, Stephen Gary, Malcolm Hart, and Justin Rigby were arraigned today on murder charges. Previously, they only faced conspiracy and robbery charges. Investigators say the 4 men killed Michael Caine and Matthew Jerkinen earlier this month. The shooting happened on Gate Tree Court, not far from Oceana. Police say an argument may have led to the shooting.
This next story will make you angry. A local woman was shopping yesterday at Tuesday morning in Chesapeake when a man snatched her wallet right out of her purse. All right, take a look at the video. The victim's family shared it with us. The woman, 69-year-old Nancy Thorpe, says she befriended a woman in the store. Well, that woman asked her to help her look at pillows. When she turned away, a man standing behind her grabbed her wallet out of her purse, which was sitting in the cart.
So I added it up $3,475 on 2 accounts. They did not get my credit card, but the 2 debit cards.
Well, Thorpe hopes that her story is shared so other women remember to always keep their eyes on their purse. And she says if the 2 people in this video are caught, she will be pressing charges. Coming up on 13 News Now at 5, hear what else was stolen from her purse.
A Chesapeake family had to escape when their home went up in flames overnight. The fire alarm woke everyone up. It happened on Strawberry Lane near Compostela and Providence Roads. Elise Brown tells us how neighbors reacted when a teenage girl begged for help.
Flames burst through this roof. Neighbors say a fire alarm and little girl who lives inside woke up the family. When outside, she screamed and knocked on doors for help.
My daddy opened up the door. He said he saw a little girl running. And when he said he saw a little girl running, she was yelling, fire, fire. My daddy said, okay, I'm gonna call police.
The flames started just before 5 in the morning. Damian Jackson lives right next door.
And we were scared that it was gonna come next door to our house.
He grabbed car keys and got his brother up.
Because I was scared that the fire or the smoke was gonna, suffocate him or spread to the house.
Fortunately, it didn't. He and his 3 neighbors who lived at the now badly damaged home watched as firefighters put out the heavy fire. Officials say it quickly spread to the attic.
The smoke was gushing out and the flames was coming through the roof. It was black smoke and the flames, you can see the flames through the black smoke.
Firefighters had everything under control within about an hour. In Chesapeake, Elise Brown, 13 News Now.
New developments from the Virginia Capitol. The General Assembly is taking steps to address concerns with elections. The race for the 94th district in Newport News went to a recount before ending in a lot draw, causing concern for lawmakers. Other delegate races in November had issues with incorrect ballots and absentee votes. Now the General Assembly will create an election review subcommittee. Members of both chambers will look into ways to improve the process. And meanwhile, a bill that would have called for a special election after a tied recount has failed. That law was an attempt to get rid of practice of drawing lots. The Norfolk Department of Public Health is bringing benefits right to mothers at Centera Norfolk General Hospital. They held a ribbon cutting for their mobile WIC clinic today. Now, WIC providers can meet eligible pregnant and postpartum women in the privacy of their hospital rooms. Women can fill out an application in half an hour.
And that's been a priority of importance of having a WIC clinic appointment prior to leaving, but it's often been difficult because of the barriers that have been put in place.
The hope is to share the benefits of buying healthy foods. Women can enroll in WIC and leave the hospital with 3 months worth of nutritional benefits.